What's up, Taiwan? I'm Liao with news from here in Taiwan and around the world. The U.S. House of Representatives has just passed its 2026 Defense Appropriations Bill, which includes $500 million allocated for Taiwan. The funds can be used to boost Taiwan's ability to defend itself, including for weapons purchases and military training. This comes as Taiwan faces threats from China, which sees Taiwan as its territory and has said it will take by force if necessary. The funds still need approval by the U.S. Senate to be granted. A retired U.S. Admiral says that United States armed forces should slowly be integrated into Taiwan's largest annual military exercises.
The HK exercise series should become bilateral over time. It should integrate U.S. naval forces, U.S. air forces, U.S. ground forces.
Montgomery was talking about Taiwan's annual Kuang military exercises. This year's live fire drills, which were the longest ever at 10 days and 9 nights, wrapped up on Friday. Taiwan also integrated its largest ever number of reservists into this year's exercises, a move that Montgomery also praised.
And to see 20,000 plus reservists is important. You know, over time, Taiwan has to redesign their active duty reserve balance to get it right, but this is a great first step.
This year's exercises were about twice as long as last year's. After a week of air raid, sirens, and drills, people in New Taipei City have taken a breather to reflect on the noise on the streets. Reese Ayers was there.
Taiwan's cities are bursting with energy. But for many of us, that energy comes with a cost. Noise pollution is everywhere, from traffic to city maintenance to bustling streets. But in one of the world's most crowded urban areas, a quiet revolution is underway. One that doesn't march, but listens. This is Taiwan's take on World Listening Day, where quietude takes center stage. In the heart of New Taipei's urban sprawl, this year's theme, Urban Quiet, Battles and Exercises Beneath the Noise, invites the public to hear what they usually ignore, the city's quieter voices. Part experience, part workshop, part civic dialogue, the event explores how we live with noise and what happens when we tune in rather than tune out.
这样子的活动其实就带着我们，像刚刚我们把眼睛遮住，它其实就是把我们的一个感官关掉，让我们用耳朵去听这个世界的声音，或者这环境的声音，其实是很丰富的。
Listening Day is also about raising awareness about noise exposure, particularly for those who work in loud environments every day.
职业场域的话，我们通常是以90分贝为一个基准啊，就如果说你暴露在85分贝以上，超过8个小时，那我们就要做这个所谓的听力保健的一个介入的。
The event comes just a day after Taiwan's annual urban resilience drills. It touches on the duality of the island's unique soundscape, where the delicate sounds of Mother Nature must compete with the wails and booms of military exercises and civil defense drills. All part of Taiwan's sonic identity, one deeply tied to its geopolitical reality. Researchers from Taiwan's leading research institute, Academia Sinica, are using modern tech to identify parts of the city more prone to noise pollution.
We try to build up the 2D and the 3D real-time noise environment, noise map in Taipei. So noise map is a very intuitive way to represent how the environment, how noisy we suffered. We want to enable the so-called AI recognition on that. Okay, so not only the decibel, but also the kinds of sounds.
By mapping the city's sounds in real time, researchers are helping local governments pinpoint problems so they can tackle noise pollution faster and plan for a quieter future.
那未来我们可能从这个监测的数据声纹图就可以立刻知道说，好，这边有飙车的噪音，这边有营建工地的噪音，这边有卡拉 OK 的噪音，而且大部分都出现在什么时候，我们就可以立刻主动出击去打击这些噪音。
As sound data turns into city policy, workshops like this become a testing ground, where researchers, officials, and communities explore how to live better with the noises that shape daily life. Whether it's the wind in the trees or the sirens in the street, Taiwan's soundscape is rich and complex. In a world that's always telling us to speak up, here we're reminded to listen and how to better coexist with the noise all around us. Eason Chen and Rees for TaiwanPlus.
At least 38 people are dead after a tourist boat capsized in Vietnam. The boat reportedly got caught in a storm, causing it to capsize and lose its GPS signal. It was out on Ha Long Bay, a popular tourist destination in Vietnam. Local media reported 48 tourists on board. Search and rescue efforts are still underway. At least 14 people have died and 12 are missing in South Korea after heavy rains battered the country, triggering floods in some areas. Images show Hapcheon County in the southeast hit by flash floods, with roads and residential areas inundated. Landslides have also been reported throughout the country. Local schools have been converted into emergency shelters as thousands have been unable to return home. Sheding National Park at the southern tip of Taiwan has been a haven for the local ecosystem and nature lovers. The nearby community hopes the park's growing popularity provides a chance to teach more people about sustainability. Irene Lin has more.
那个叫黄金蛹啊，月千叶就是一个躲避天敌。
With more than 50 types of butterfly, hundreds of plant species, and distinct natural scenery such as trees growing atop ancient coral reefs, Sheding Natural Park in Pingtung County, part of Kending National Park, is many nature lovers' favorite secret spot in the far south of Taiwan. Zhao Mingkun is one of the park rangers here. He says giving these small group tours has been an educational experience for both the visitors and himself.
在你做生态导览分享的过程当中，可以很深入的去了解这个物种。
The park is quieter than most tourist attractions, which has helped local flora and fauna flourish with as little disturbance as possible. But some animals have had to rely on humans, such as the Formosan Sika deer. It was once on the brink of extinction, now repopulating its habitat after years of effort.
我曾经有一次的经验，就看到梅花鹿3只母鹿带着2只小梅花鹿走进我们社区的步道，很多人都坐飞机到日本去看奈良的梅花鹿啊。我们自己本身花这么长的时间来富裕这个资源，我们都一直都没有利用到的。
The eastern area of the park has been reserved for Formosan Sika deer research. As the park gains popularity, the local community may face more challenges maintaining the harmony between humans and nature. But they're still optimistic that with more education and exposure, people may grow to cherish what nature has to offer. Patrick Chen and Ringland for TaiwanPlus.
A day in the life of Taiwan 100 years ago. That's what's seen in a film reel newly released by the Taiwan Film and Audiovisual Institute. The institute says the images from Taiwan's Japanese colonial period are the earliest known film footage shot on the island, though it has a distinctly Western perspective. Chris Gorn has more.
Villagers from Taiwan's indigenous communities line up for a Japanese imperial viceroy. This footage belongs to what are believed to be the earliest known moving images of Taiwan. The scenes come from a Dutch short film known as Formosa, just released by the Taiwan Film and Audiovisual Institute. The 7.5-minute silent film print is dated to 1922, but scholars say the footage may have been shot as early as 1917.
我的考证是没有错的话，它是旅行电影或旅游电影的其中的一部。它是到全世界各地，到非洲、亚洲各地，目的就是拍当地的奇风异俗。
The film shows various scenes of early 20th century life in Taiwan, such as work on the tea and sugarcane plantations that dominated the early economy of what was then a Japanese colony. Scholars also note the film, which is Dutch in origin but may have been shot by an American, has a distinctively Western perspective on Taiwan.
比较像一种介绍式的影片，那它的视角当然是蛮西方，就是给欧洲可能是中产阶级以上，他们在学校或是其他地方去认识亚洲这个地方。
The Institute says the release of the film and research published alongside it are part of an effort to showcase the history of Taiwan, while also ensuring local perspectives are included.
虽然他是外国人拍的，但他拍的是台湾的当时的情况。那我想从我们现在比较成熟的这个历史社会的这个背景上面，我们可以做更好的诠释。
The Institute hopes other historic images that remain overseas will soon come home as well, so future generations can see a fuller picture of Taiwan's past. Devin Tsai and Chris Gorin for TaiwanPlus.
At a Taipei art museum, visitors embark on a journey to explore their connection with nature through the works of an Icelandic-Danish artist. Sandy Chi reports.
Walking through a curtain of mist, with bands of colorful light shimmering around. This is one of the works featured in the exhibition, Your Curious Journey, by Icelandic-Danish artist Olafur Eliasson, who is exhibiting in Asia for the first time, with Taipei being his third stop on the tour. His installations invite visitors on an unpredictable journey of instability.
This art is an opportunity to question yourself, question your view, question your journey, question the traditional way of doing things and open up for new ways of doing things. Art is unstable, right? Art is a surprise.
Eliasson is known for unconventional works that blur the lines between art, nature, and science. He harnesses natural elements like light, fog, and water to evoke emotional responses from viewers, hoping to help people rethink their relationship with nature. Among his artworks on display in Taipei, his sun drawing and wind writing series, created in the desert in 2023.
This is the wind machine, so this is very windy. And you can see over here, this is the black and the white. This is the desert speaking, the sun and the wind and everything speaking to us.
However, after decades of working with these natural materials, Eliasson says there's one in particular he favors.
I think my favorite material is maybe time. The time it takes for you to look at something, the journey.
This material is strongly reflected in the Glacier Melt series, which the artist worked on in 1999 and 2019 in Iceland. Many visitors were impressed with Eliasson's works on the first day of the exhibition.
有一件是在喷水的那个装置，就我觉得远远看它在，因为它就是在一个完全黑暗的空间里面，然后它用灯光的控制去让那个水流好像有一个暂留的作用，所以它在灯光下的时候会感觉有点像一件静止的雕塑，可是你又同时可以听到水流的声音，所以可以感受到那种就是一个能量在那个空间里面吧。
Some who have already seen the artist's exhibits before have come again.
他的作品有一个很特别的地方，是它跟空间当下还有你观者本人的身体都有关系。所以当他的作品移到不同的空间，以及来到台湾的时候，其实他被观看的方式应该也是不一样的。所以虽然我在伦敦已经看过这个展览了，但是我知道他来台湾之后，我还是很期待他能在北美馆有怎样的呈现。所以这是我会想要来看的原因。
Eliasson's work will be on display at the museum through the end of September, before moving on to its next stop in Indonesia. While it's here, Eliasson hopes Taipei visitors can stay curious and travel with him on this unpredictable journey. Andy Xue, Simonetta Ho, and Sandy Chi for TaiwanPlus.
Taiwan continues its impressive showing at the World University Games in Germany, with Taekwondoin Huang Ying-hsuan snagging silver on Saturday. This marks Huang's second consecutive silver medal at the World University Games. South Korea's Kim Yun-so took gold in the category. Taiwan's rhythmic gymnastics team also won a bronze medal on Saturday, which is another repeat performance from its last World University Games showing. Meanwhile, Taiwan's women's table tennis team is also taking home bronze after losing to China in the semifinals. Taiwan's current medal count stands at 1 gold, 1 silver, and 3 bronze. And thank you for watching What's Up Taiwan. Finally, we leave you with these stunning images from a volcanic eruption in Iceland. I'm Liao. Take care and see you next time.